Agora não conferență. Laptop বলেছে হাত যাচ্ছে কি ঠিক আছে
Hello, good morning, everyone. Just give one more minute and then we'll start.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, so you guys don't have to share video. Um, you can, all of you, you can switch off your video, please. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Rajneesh, and I'm working as an cloud and machine learning architect in one of the company in US in New Jersey. And as far as my teaching experience concerned, I'm teaching almost from 20 years, various technologies uh, like database, ETL, cloud, and Python, as well as some of the technologies related to cloud integrations. Today, we are going to give you some idea about Azure Data Factory. But before going there, let me introduce our organization. That name is Vaanii. And here, if you are expecting that it's going to be very serious learning, it will not happen like that. So at this platform, we learn with fun because see, serious learning don't last longer in your memory, right? You have to keep repeating lot of things. And then finally you will come to know that, okay, what you learned, and you will not able to relate the technology with human daily life. So any topic, we give example like A for apple, and that's where you will able to relate. Otherwise, learning just plain technology and not knowing why you are doing that, what is use of in real world, or at least relating whatever you are working, what kind of similar thing you do in daily life. Unless until you are understanding by that perspective, learning technology is very boring. Got it? So here we'll give you much more example related to food, vegetables, and then normal examples which will make fun as well as make much more sense when you are relating these things with the technology. Okay. So basically, whenever we are going to showcase you the technology, each technology you will understand by dividing into multiple small tiny components. Okay. And then you will come to know that how it's getting used and where. Basically, we are teaching technology of three verticals. One is cloud and data, where you will understand cloud technology, and one of the main one is the Azure at this platform. And you are going to learn Databricks. Databricks is one of the technology which is emerging. So we have another bootcamp for that. And then data warehousing related concept and technologies and the process. Processing and language wise, you can learn here Python, PySpark, SQL in very much detail, and then ETL tools like Informatica. Azure Data Factory is also one of the ETL tool that you are going to learn in this bootcamp. And apart from that, the development essentials like operating system, GitHub, and all you will learn here. Okay. Apart from that, see, a lot of people may have time constraint, right? We are in US and mostly we are taking classes in US evening time. And in India, it will be morning. But sometime we start in India evening time also, but mostly it will be in US EST time zone in evening. Now, suppose if you are not able to join in early morning, you work little late and all these, we have multiple mode of training. One is the self-learning. We have one of the best learning portal. I will introduce that. So you can just go and do a study there. Then semi-learning, you can join our batches in weekends just to clarify the doubts and all these things. And you can keep learning through our portal. One is fully online classes where you are going to join classes 3 days in a week. An instructor will teach you and then you can do practice. And we have on-site learning office also. You can come to on-site. Basically, right now we have in New Jersey classroom, and you can come here and do practice if you are nearby to New Jersey. Then apart from that, when you are working with us and you are going to do practice, you have to attend lot of exams also. Okay. So you will keep checking what are things you learned, how you can utilize it, and you can keep measuring your knowledge level. So basically, the journey starts from beginning, like even if you don't have any IT experience, you can join us. And we have bundled many technologies in such a way that from where you have to start with. Got it? Now, the placement thing, all we have placed a lot of candidates. We are not quoting too much numbers. Okay. But we have trained so far thousands of the candidates. Whatever candidate we are showing the number here, we place through our company. A lot of candidates just take training and then they get placed from a lot of other vendors. Okay. So that's our history and our mission. So basically at very less number of institute, you will see where they can teach you with fun. Technology learning means serious learning. All of you might have that impression, right? But here we make it fun learning. And that's why our platform is unique. And you will come to know when if you are going to surf our Instagram channel, YouTube, and all these, you will see all these details. Now let's come to the ADF, whatever we are going to cover here. So basically, this is our platform name, Vaanii, where you are going to get access of our course, and you will see how nicely it's designed. I'm going to show you just in few minutes. Okay, so it's up to the candidate what they are going to choose. Basically, we run these classes on very much regular basis, almost on monthly. So you can choose any one of them and join us. Okay. So whenever any class we take, the recording you will get, then you will get access of the website on 24/7 basis. For each and every topics, you will get assignment and study materials. Okay. So you can follow us on Insta, YouTube, and multiple channels. And Insta, you will see Vaanii Technologies LLC. Same thing at YouTube and Facebook also, you can find us. And Priyanka, be ready to showcase the quizzes and all these things, okay, on Insta and YouTube. So this
Okay.
is 48K is sometime back one. Now we are reaching almost 50K very soon on YouTube. And Insta and all, it is almost 38 to 39K, guys. So you can visit us, you can send mail anytime, and you will get us. Any question, concern so far, guys, about our platforms? No?
Hello, sir. I have a question.
Yes, please.
Azure Data Factories, I'm looking for this process. So which software is used for this application? Whose?
Can you please repeat once more?
Sir, actually Azure Data Factory, I'm
Mhm.
also known about the Databricks. So can
Okay.
Databricks useful for Azure Data Factory domain?
Of course. See, that's the question related to Databricks, but I will cover it up, guys. See, Databricks is an ETL tool, and it runs on 3 cloud platform mostly,
Yeah.
either
Yes.
on Azure or GCP or AWS platform.
Yes.
So when you are working on Databricks, and if you are working on, suppose, Azure cloud platform, you need to know some part of ADF also. Okay, not in very detail, but some part of ADF you need to know, because scheduling it, creating pipeline and all these things, you have to use ADF. And if any other further question, you guys can contact us. We can talk
No, I
separately.
just, sorry to disturb you. I just want to ask actually, can you show me some transformation in a ADF pipeline, actually in a Azure Data Factory pipeline? Okay,
Of
whatever.
course, of course. Yes, we that's where we are going to head on in
That's great.
10-20 minutes. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Okay, that's no problem.
And if any one of you interested to know about Databricks, we will have bootcamp next week.
No, that's great.
Okay.
Actually. Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, at what
No
time you will start
problem.
for ADF bootcamp?
This is the ADF bootcamp actually.
And that's it. So, currently, actually, how much time it will take you for to show us the actually transformation or the pipeline that we created? You will show it today or or not?
We will show the basic thing today, and then tomorrow there will be detailed class on ADF. Okay.
How much time it will take to start now? 10, 20, 30 minutes? How much gap actually it will take? Break actually.
This, so if you are in very much hurry to learn ADF, we have already course. So we can give you full access of that. Just talk with Priyanka. We have a full detailed course on ADF, and you can learn on self-pace. Here, our main goal is to just make everyone aware that, okay, what is Azure platform? What is Azure Data Factory? What are prerequisite of that? So we'll go little slow. So maybe you will able to see the Azure layout in half an hour. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
So you will see one of the mapping today, and tomorrow we'll have much more detail about learning in ADF.
Okay.
Any other question, guys? No? Okay. So let's move forward. Let's try to understand what is prerequisite of ADF. So suppose if someone joined today's class, right? And you started learning ADF. But guys, before learning ADF, you need to know few things. What are these things actually? So let me explain you. So if we start from beginning, you have to know three basic things: SQL, cloud infrastructure, and Git. So if you will negate Git for time being, database and can you guys go on mute, please, everyone? Everyone, please, if you have any question, you can raise your hand and unmute yourself. Otherwise, please go on mute. Okay, so SQL, why SQL is very important, guys? Because see, you are going to be data engineer, right? So if you are going to do engineering in data, you need to know basically how to manage the data, right? So that's where SQL comes in picture. And if anyone don't have idea in SQL, we are going to explain SQL syllabus also. What are things we are going to teach you? So you can let us know. I will put you in another batch as well to learn SQL. Another thing comes as cloud infrastructure. So cloud infrastructure is basically when you are going to work on ADF. ADF is one of the component of Azure cloud platform. Got it? So you need to know some basic functionality of Azure, that how you can log in, how you can access database, how you can look into the uses, how you can log in to particular services, whatever related to ADF. Got it? How to set up environment or how you can check environment and all these things. So that's prerequisite. If you guys don't know, we are going to explain it, and that's the included topics in ADF learning. SQL learning is not included basically because SQL learning takes at least 2 to 3 weeks. So if any one of you needs SQL, I can put you in parallel batch, but the cloud infrastructure part we will explain you. Then Git comes. Basically, whenever you are going to migrate the code or you are going to save the code, and all these parts will be covered in Git. And that too also we included in this ADF course actually, because a lot of people don't know how to use in ADF. So we will train you guys in Git also. Okay. So these are the things we will explain in a lot more detail, that how ADF is connected to database, cloud, and all these. Now let me walk you through SQL course, whatever I'm going to train you. So basically we divide SQL course, and in fact all the courses, in 4 parts. Level 1, that's where you just learn basic SQL. Level 2, you will learn single row function and some of the basic about how you can manage some of the advanced filter conditions, as well as DDL, DML, and DCL. Level 3, you will understand subqueries, constraint, index, and level 4 is basically the advanced one, where you will learn partitioning, normalization, and all these concepts. Okay. Now, if I can show you the ADF syllabus, what you are our core technology to learn in this bootcamp. So this bootcamp is basically giving you guys just idea about the tool. Okay. In just 2 classes, I cannot make you master. So this bootcamp basically focused to just serve you through the tool. What is ADF, how it works, what are the components, along with some examples, so that you will have overall idea about what it is. Got it? But if you want to learn in very much detail, either you can buy our courses to just do self-paced learning, or you can join our hybrid classes. And so in level 1, we are going to showcase you what is basic functionality of Azure Data Factory, then top level concepts like pipelines, activities, link service, and all these. So basically, let me explain you first the architecture of ADF part, and then I will come to the syllabus. So let's take one example here, guys. I'm going to take one example of grocery shop. Okay. So in grocery shop, what happens? First, I will request you guys don't look into the left part of the page. Just concentrate first on the not left, right part of the page you don't see. Just focus on the left part of the page. Okay. So suppose there is one grocery store. How it runs? The grocery store, all the goods will be from different vendors, warehouse, right? And then it will come to the store and someone has to arrange it, right? And that too also, whenever different goods are coming to the shop, it should come in properly arranged order so that it will be kept in the store, not in very haphazard way. It should be stored in the proper way. Similar way, ADF is basically one of the mysterious thing that I'm going to tell you after few slides. Now, first let's try to understand this grocery store problem. So what happens? It has, suppose, 4 vendors. One, vegetable services, snacks related items, dairy products, and some of the courier services, they get goods. Now there are 4 different vendors who are keep dumping goods in this store, right? Now the big headache will be for the shopkeeper to just keep managing all the vendors, keep arranging all the goods, and then getting on time is also big issues, right, guys? Another problem it may have is, suppose in milk product, some other product got mixed up, or something vegetable or snacks product, some different product got mixed up. Then this shopkeeper will spend lot of times to coordinate with vendors, get the products arranged in the shop, and keep thinking like if anything got expired or if any goods has not came on time. Everything this shopkeeper has to manage it, right? Now, let's think about one of the helping hand. So one guy come to the store one day and saying that, hey, whatever transportation problem you have, either coordinating with vendors, bringing the goods on time from them, keeping it arranged, all these things I can take care for you. And that too also delivering all the goods on time. So basically, this guy is one of the transportation service guy. Got it? And how it will happen then? So now this transportation guy will go to all the vendors, collect the products from there, and then verify each and everything. If anything suppose expired or spoiled, it will just remove there itself, saying, hey, I cannot take the spoiled goods from you, because I have to take care of the product's quality also. And then finally delivering to the shop within very much arranged order with their name plate and all these things, right? So now you can think of how much this shopkeeper will become happy, right? Now, can you guys make a guess? So that's where the partnership starts with the shopkeeper guy and the transportation guy. Now, in this whole story, can you guys tell me where you stand? What is like, there are 3-4 things, right? There are vendors, the shopkeeper guy, then the transportation guy, and the driver. Can any one of you make a guess? What is ADF here? If I will talk in terms of Azure Data Factory, similar thing also we do here, guys. But can you make a guess who you are, either the driver or the shopkeeper guy? Any one of
Shopkeeper.
you? Shopkeeper? Anyone else? You guys can message also, okay? So just make a guess. Either we are truck or this driver or shopkeeper, or we are shop. Okay, I got very correct answer from 3 to 4 of you. Okay, that's good, guys. Yes, of course. We are the driver. Okay, who will drive all the goods, maintain qualities, collect from different vendors, and give good quality product in arranged way to this shopkeeper guy. So then who is the shopkeeper? Any one of you make a guess? In real world where we are going to work, who is the shopkeeper guy? So shopkeeper guy is the client. Got it? So if you are suppose going to work for Walmart or Bank of America or any company, that shopkeeper guy is your client and the shop is the company. Got it? Now, who are the vendors? Here we saw that they are giving us milk dairy product, snacks, and all the. Who are these guys? So they are basically the source system from where the data will come. Got it? So that's the overall process, guys. Now you will able to understand it better here. Can everyone go on mute, please? Whoever you're not on mute, like Ruxana and okay. Please take care of this thing, guys, because it creates little bit hassle for everyone, and I have to go and check your name, right? And see one more disadvantage you will get. Suppose you are not asking any question and you got unmuted, right? So whatever things happening in your home, suppose your home, you are going to have tasty food because especially in India, it's dinner time, right? So you are going to have tasty food and you are at your dinner table. Whatever you will talk, everyone will listen. Or if someone is scolding kids or something happen or some movie going on, so everyone will come to know what's happening in your house, right? What happened once? One guy not knowingly, unknowingly went on mute, and then they started talking, hey, what we are going to have today? So his wife told, I think biryani should be good. And now they started talking about chicken biryani or veg biryani. Whole class got the idea what's going to have dinner. So if any one of you having dinner, be on mute, okay? Otherwise, everyone will come to know, unless you want to give that information to everyone. Okay, so we'll move forward now and let's try to understand how this ADF is important. Now, at least you understood that we are the truck driver, right? And our truck is ADF. So what is use of ADF here now? Collect unstructured data, collect semi-structured data, as well as structured data from various source system. Now the question is, what is the structured data? So structured data mostly we get from database or from normal files. Unstructured data, we get suppose social media data, some images, some logos, PDF files, and all these are unstructured data. And what is semi-structured data actually? There are different types of files, JSON files, XML files, and all these. Got it? And what ADF does? See, ADF is collecting all the data from various source system. And then ADF is going to store the data into Azure Data Lake storage or in any database. Then what is use of that? So you can now think of this is our shop, these two places. And then from there, people can analyze the data. Got it? Now you can think of we can get data from different sources like on-prem SQL or unstructured data, real-time data, as well as Salesforce kind of data. All these things we are going to learn. So guys, see, when you are driving a truck, right? You need to know how you are going to interact with different vendors, right? So as well as you need to know how you can get goods from these vendors, how you are going to put in the truck, how you are going to filter it out, what are the spoiled products if vendor is trying to give you, right? And then after that, you have to put some of the kind of goods in the cold storage in the truck. So you know what? In dairy trucks and all these things, there will be freezer also, where all the products gets kept. So now you can think of, as a truck driver, how many things you have to take care. Interacting with the vendors, getting products from them, filtering out all the spoiled product, whatever you don't need. Then while you are driving, you have to take care of the product. You have to match the timings, because what happens for any truckers, for any transportation companies, there will be some time limitation that, okay, by what time you have to deliver the goods, right? So all these things you can think of, whoever guys are driving, now you can start thinking that if you are driving a truck, and even if you are not driving, you are just enjoying the ride, right? Think about a truck driver. Sometime you might have seen some rash driving, right? Truck is going so fast. He's kind of not in very much obeying some like transport rules and all. Sometimes that happens because if the truck driver will not reach on time, they have to pay penalty. Got it? So now let's see this picture, guys. These are different vendors from where products needs to be taken. Now, in terms of data world, these are different data sources. Like SQL, you have different kind of files, you have different kind of cloud sources, CSV, flat files, and all these. This Azure Data Factory will collect data from all the places, and then it has to manage the data. So as an Azure Data Factory developer, you have to learn lot of things. So see, once you will connect with your vendor, that part you have to learn first. Now, how you are getting all the product and putting on the truck, that you have to learn. And most of the time, you will learn how to manage the data. In the sense, once you put on the truck, you have to manage a lot of things. For an example, you have to put all the goods in such a way that it should not spoil. Now, suppose electricity, you have to check that freezer is running at particular temperature, right? For some of the goods, you have to drive the truck in such a way that if you have a lot of eggs or these kind of products, which can be spoiled by jerking and all these, or pothole on the road, so you have to take care of all these things. So while you are driving the truck from vendor place till the shop, these journey part you have to learn, and that comes under managing the data. 80% of the time, any truck driver also spend on driving itself, right? Similar way in ADF also, you are going to spend 80% of the time in managing the data. And that's where one of you we are asking, right? That, hey, can you show me some of the transformations, pipeline, and all these things? Of course. So see, when I'm going to tell you the story about a truck driver, I cannot just suddenly jump on the seat and start driving, right? I have to go to the shop. I have to talk with the vendor. I have to load the goods in the truck, and then I have to drive, right? So that's why it's taking little bit time to suddenly jump and start teaching you the ADF. Got it? Now, you understood it. So there are some of the activities in ADF, like copy activity, data validation activity, decision, and all these. you are going to learn in very detail. And you can keep thinking example of this truck guy also, that he has to go to different places like bakery or some of the kind of plants side where they have to load all the vegetable products. Sometimes they have to go to dairy places to just get all the dairy products. So on the way, we will encounter lot of varieties of vendors. And these are the varieties I have shown you, the SQL, CSV, and all these. And this is how the ADF mapping will look like, guys. For an example, you are taking data from one of the source, then you are putting in the truck, then you are keeping all the goods in one of the shelf, and then you are thinking, okay, dairy product put on shelf 1, and then vegetable product put on shelf 2, and then you are going to load into 2 shelf. So we will show you all this thing in very detailed. Okay. Now, since you guys got some idea about ADF, now let's go to ADF syllabus. Okay. And Simran, be ready to show them on Azure portal, all the components. Okay. Now, when we are going to orchestration part, let me show you the structure of ADF. Let me. So let's try to understand, guys, what is this ADF thing all about? So let's talk about its component, okay? So this is the source system and this is the target system. Now, when we are talking about source system, this is the vendor from where truck guy has to get all the goods. And this is the shop where the product will be delivered. Now, in between, this is our truck. Got it? In the truck, there will be 3 parts. One is the transformation, one is the process, and one is the automate. Means just loading the goods into the trucks. How you are going to load it, that's the transformation part. And which shelf the product will go where and all these things, that comes under process. And when you will start running the truck, that's the automate process. Got it? Now, you can see you will have different type of process, right? SQL Server or Excel, Oracle, MySQL, Snowflake, different type of data source you will have. And then Azure Data Factory can extract, filter, transform, automate in all these, and finally load into the target. Now, you can see automation part, multiple data sources, and it can read data from cloud as well as big data. Now see the architecture of Azure Data Factory, guys. Like in truck also, right? Truck will have wheels, a steering, and all these things. So first of all, the connection between the vendors, right? So ADF having a component called linked service. What this linked service does? Linked service is the one who will connect from the source system. For what? To get data from source system. So suppose there is one CSV file, okay? So in ADF side also, you have to create similar structure. That is called data source, okay? CSV file, there are 4 columns, or in any table, there are 4 columns, 5 columns. You will have to create similar structure in ADF. And this link service will basically extract data from these sources. Got it? And then once extracted, then all the logic will be done here. Copy data or filter out, aggregate, and all these things. And then it has to load to the target. So suppose you have to load in a table. So similar structure you have to create again. And then same thing, link service come in picture. So basically link service is the connection between source and target to ADF. Got it? So we will show you data source, we'll show you link services and how to create mapping. Got it? So now you guys understood the link service, data source, right? And we will also, whenever we create any similar set object at ADF, that is called data set. Now, when we create the mapping in the sense, you can see here, connect the source and then do processing and load into the target. So that whole process you have to create called mapping, and top of that, if we have to run the mapping, we create pipeline. Okay. So in pipeline, there
There is no voice.
There
okay,
is no
looks like I
internet.
got disconnected
Yes, sir.
for few
Now we
seconds.
can.
All of you guys are able to hear me clearly? Okay.
Yes.
So till what point you guys have seen me? Like till trigger or where I was explaining? Have I explained you guys data set and link service?
So
Anyone?
it was types of activities like fourth number.
Oh, phone number? Okay, got it. So once we create the activities in just to trigger the whole code, and even in the sense, suppose if the file came and now you have to run the job. So just running the job, we need trigger. Okay. And integration runtime is basically it gives a platform, overall platform to run all the services. Now control flow, there are some of the control flow also when you are running that you can do if condition, loop, switches, wait, and all these. As it happens in any programming language also, right? So you have the option in this tool also. So that's the overall idea about ADF, guys. I can give you a little bit idea about our portal. Okay. So this is our portal, vaanii.com. Everyone can send us request. You can just register with us, www.vaanii.com. And once you will register, you can see lot of courses here. Suppose if you will go to browse courses, you will see many courses there. And suppose if I will go to the course ADF. So let me go to ADF right now. And then I will show you how you guys can learn here. So this is level 1 and level 2. Suppose if I will go to level 1. So in each level, there will be a small topics called miles. Got it? Suppose if I will go to miles 3. Of course, you can start with mile 0. So mile 3 is saying creating and configuring resource group and a storage account. So each one having multiple sections here. Multimedia, videos, lessons, assignment, exam. Got it? So if I will go to the lesson section, you can see you have all the learning materials here. Got it? And then in video section, you can see the class video as well as our library videos in very much detail. And then once you are done, you have to attend the exam also. So suppose you have finished this topic and you are going to attend exam here. So there are two things will happen. Either you will pass or you will fail. So let's take the exam actually and then see. Of course, you guys don't know this one right now. So let's see. I'm just arbitrary answer without thinking if I'm doing wrong or correct. And let's see. Fail, what will happen? Let's see if I passed or failed. It correct or it's wrong. And then it will give you the answer. Okay, so looks like I guess we are working on this course. So Priyanka, check if Jitendra has committed that changes, okay? So right now we are developing also, guys, some part of that. So that's why sometime whenever it will be outage, you may not able to get the result. So everyone just go and register on vaanii.com and you will get our self-paced course. Okay. So now it's practical time to see and get look and feel about the Azure Data Factory thing, right? You can go ahead and just show them the component, how it looks like. And you can just do one simple mapping source to target. Okay. So let's take break of 1 minute, guys. And then we are going to show you.
Sure, sir.
Okay, you can go ahead, Simran.
All right, so I'm sharing my screen then. Hi, good morning and good evening, everyone. Hopefully my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, Simran.
Yes.
Sure. Okay, so let's start with this. This is the Azure portal. We have already discussed about the components in the data factory, and I'll show you that how do we move on to the Azure portal and how do we create the resources on it. Resources are the services that Azure provides us, on which we are going to discuss about the Azure data factory today. Okay, so this is the portal that we have on Azure, and these are all the resources. Here you can see all the resources that is provided by Azure. First of all, we will see the resource group. If you know about the resource group, I'll just let you know how does it look like. So these are the resource groups. We have created few of them here. A resource group is simply a logical container in the Microsoft Azure that is holding all of your ADF instances and any related sources. Related sources to ADF means all the storage accounts, your data sets, link services, everything is containing, this is containing all of them. These are some of already created, but I'll show you that how to create a resource group, though this is not your work, not a developer work, but the admin will create it for you. I'll give you a simple idea about it. So if you go here in the Azure services, simply just create a resource, and we are going to look for the resource groups. This is the resource group, and you will get this option here. The first option will just pick up, go to create, and you have to first of all have to see like which subscription you are working in as per your organization. Resource group name you can give any. I have few of them, just like we are working on the
So
ADF.
just 1 minute, Simran. Sorry to stop you. Guys, see, many of you might not be knowing what is resource group and all these, because these are part of cloud infrastructure. So if any one of you thinking that, oh, I'm not very sure what is resource group and all these things, we will explain you in detail class, okay? So maybe Simran, you can just jump on mapping and just showcase and focus only ADF part today. That will be more useful.
Sure, we can do that.
So just you can show them one mapping, source to target,
Mhm.
and then tomorrow we'll focus more on pipeline part. And in detail class, then we will cover this Azure infrastructure part as well.
Okay. Sure. So we have the data factories here. This is the one I have already created here. We can use one of them. This is the one we have. That is the ADF Vaanii Azure A3. You only have to click on it once you have deployed it. Just launch it, launch the studio. And this is all the information we have about the, so are we explaining it, all the components, are we explaining it later, like tomorrow?
Yeah, we will like all the infrastructure part you will explain in detail class. Today, let's focus on, here
What we are using
data
today.
set and the mapping part today.
All right. So yeah, so we have these are few tabs in here, which you are going to use while doing the development. Main your development work is done in the author tab. You have some components that are already explained, that is pipelines, data sets, and data flows. So this is the pipeline you have. There are some, and you can create by just clicking on here. The data sets, that is the representation of your data in the source and the target. I'll show you that how to do that, how to create it. So simply when you go to data sets and create a new data set, you have all the options here, like what are the database you have that is available for Azure. This is the database. If you have any file or any other sources, all of these are available here. I'm going to take an example for the data lake Gen 2. So I'm just taking here. This is the new data set I'm going to create, and this is with the continue. This is the format you have for the source you have. I'm going to take a very simple one, which is the CSV format. We'll go continue with it, and you can give a meaningful name for your data set. So data set basically is going to represent the data you have in the source. And how we are processing the data, we need a representation of the data in our Azure data factory. This is not actually the actual data, but the data that you have in the database that we are going to create a one data set here to represent the data. Okay. So I would start with the DS, and since we are taking CSV, I'm just going to say it SRC, and then maybe we can take it CSV. You can take any name. Just for the naming convention, we start with DS underscore. So that represents our data set. Okay. So one more thing is like data sets we can create on the fly also when we are creating the pipelines, or you can create it separately and use it in the pipeline. So there are few link services. Link services also we can create separately, but we can create all on the fly also. So I'm going to create a new link service here. Simple, take the name as link service, and maybe we can give it the name as whichever your database is, or you can just give a prefix here or a suffix here to just identify, or maybe the environment and all. Okay, so this is the integration runtime, which is responsible for processing the data. Integration runtime, we have like 3 kinds that you will get to know later on, but this is the default. When you create your Azure data factory, it comes with that. Okay, so we are keeping it like that only. Authentication type is we have Azure key, so I'm keeping it like that only. For the selection method, for the account selection method, I am using my Azure subscription. So when you click on it, you will get all of the subscriptions you have. I do use this one because this is my account I'm using, and you have, when you click on this, if you're going to change it, you can just refresh your storage accounts from here, and you will get all the storage accounts that you have in your Azure account. So if you see here, this is the portal. These are all the storage accounts under that subscription. Okay, so you will see all of those here in the data factory, in the link service. So I'm going to use the first one I have, and the rest you don't need to do anything. Just test the connection. If it's successful, you can just create it. Okay, now the link service is created, and here you have to mention this is the data set that we have created, and we will mention that which data it is representing. So we will go to browse. This is the file path that we have. This is the link service that we just have created, and this is the data set that we are going to create. Now you will see your storage account, what you have in the storage account that we can see on the portal here. I have used this storage account. So this is my storage account. I'll go to my containers, and these are all you see: raw, source, SRC, and TGT. So all of these are my containers for my sources. Okay, I'm going to use here SRC. This is the file I have, the CSV file, because we have selected the CSV format. So I'm just going to select it, and I'm going to say OK. If you see here, it is already here. There is no directory in between, just in the source folder I do have this file. Okay, and I'm going to create it. I'm going to say OK here, And let's see if we can see the data. Now this is your data set created already with the link services to the source. If you come here in the preview data, you can see the file that we have in the source folder. Okay, we will go here. This is the portal. This is my source container. And if you see this file, go to edit, you will see all of those values here. Okay, you can see the preview here as well. So this is the file that we are going to use. This is in my ADLS in the source container. And if you go back, I'm going to use this in the same ADLS, same Azure Data Lake. I'm going to use the target folder as my target, which is we called as a sink. Okay, so if you see here, we do not have anything in here. When we process our data from source to target, we'll see that the data is visible in here. Okay, let's see, move over to our data factory. So this is a source created. I'm going to now create another data set. So another data set, we just go to. So now again, I'm going to, again my target is in the ADLS again. Okay, so I'm just going to look for it. Data Lake Storage Gen 2. We'll go continue. I'm using the same format here, that is this one. And again, you have to give a name. Any meaningful name will start with DS. It is going to my target. So I'm just taking this. Link service, we can use the same link service because the database is the same, because we are using the same data lake. So which one we have created? This one. I'm going to use this one here. Okay, and from here we can browse our target folder. If you have the file name over there, if you do have the file, that's fine. If you do not have, you can just browse your target data folder. So this is the folder we are having, that is the target. There is nothing visible because we do not have anything in the target. You can see, switch over to your portal, refresh it, and you can see that under the target for container, we do not have anything. Got it, guys? Say okay. And now because I'm not importing the schema because I do not have a file over there, I'll just select here none and we'll go okay. This is the data set we have created now. If you go to the test connection and see if it is connecting with your data lake. Now this is successful, but if you do the preview data, you will have nothing in here. Why? Because you do not have anything in the target, and this is the target we are seeing. So in data factory, we call it a source and sink. So we do have this one. Next, we move on to any questions so far, guys? Is there any question for the data sets, link services? No, are we good? All right. So let's go to the pipeline. There are few things. There are pipelines and the data flows in which we process the data. Okay. And there is integration runtime, which is going to, that I already have mentioned, that is going to process your data. Now we are going to create one pipeline here. There are two ways. These are the pipelines and these are the data flows. We'll see how to flow the data. So the pipeline I'm taking again as a pipeline PL underscore maybe CSV, and that's it. This is the name of the pipeline I'm going to create. So we do have some activities here that you have already seen. These are the activities that we use according to whichever services we are going to use. According to that, we are using these activities. There are few of them here that you can see is copy data activity. There is a data flow that we are going to use. And also we do have the notebooks. These are all we use for the copy data is to move the data from source to target. And we have data transformations, that is mapping data flows, and you have some control activities for each activity. And like you can search it from here. This is the for each activity. So this is all of these are going to, if there is any conditions, wait, all of those you can, like, to control your workflow logic. Okay, there are some external activities also, notebooks and stored procedures, that also you can use here. So I'm going to use here copy data. I'll give a name here, let's say copy data source to sync. You can give any meaningful name here. Okay, so you see few tabs on the top. This is going to debug. Debug is the option that is going to run your data. Okay, you process your data. This is the trigger. Trigger is like if you want to, if you do not want to manually run your pipeline, you can use the triggers here. This is a sync we have, source we have. Source is like you have to create the source data set first that we have created, or otherwise you can create it here as well. It's the same process, but because we have already created it, so we will use it, use the one that is, we had SRC CSV. This is the one we have created, right? So I'm just going to preview the data, if just to validate like everything is going to be good. So these are 10 rows I can see here. And then you can move on to the, and also if you click on open, if you want to change anything, you can just click on open and change, edit the data set. Here I'm going to change, add the sync also. Sync also, again, you have an option that you can create it on the fly. I have already created it, so I'm not going to create it now. This is going to DS and TGT, CSV. This is the one we have. So these are the options that we have. Again, like if you're going to do it in advanced way, you can add more options. So far I'm just using the basic transformation. So we are just copying the data from the source to the target, and this is going to, we don't need anything on the top. Here also you have some options for the importing the schemas, like if you're checking what data types you have. These are the some of other settings and user properties. All of these we are not going to use. So I'm just going to use my source and sync, and I'm going to, you can validate it and see like if you have anything failing. But if you do not have, your pipeline has been validated, so we do not have any errors here. Close it, and we are going to debug it. Okay, I'm going to debug it manually, and let's see. Okay, so now this is here, you can see how your pipeline is running. This is the pipeline status. It is in progress right now. When you refresh it, you can see it's queued. Okay, and when you again refresh it, it will take some seconds to run. And we'll see, this is in progress. So this is my pipeline name. Okay, so now this is succeeded. We have refreshed it, it succeeded, and you can see some options here, like all about the source and the target here. And from here you can see that this is the data that we read from the source file, and this is the data that is written in the target file. Okay. Now, because this is succeeded already, we can go to our target and see. This is our target data set. This is our target folder. Now we can see the sales data CSV here. If you see, this is already processed. We did not have it in the target before, but now we can see our file is processed in here. Got it? Any questions, guys? Any questions about the copy activity or about the data sets? Anything?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, good. So we are good with this, and this is how the data is going to move. There are other ways to do it too. This is the simplest one that we have is the copy data activity. There is also the data flows we have. We do have some of them. And also once you have created a pipeline, there is an option for publishing also. So once you validate, this is your data set and the pipeline all together, you can see all of your resources that you have created here. When you publish it and see like there is no, see this is not failing, and you can just publish and it will save in your database. Or otherwise, if it change, if you say you refresh your data factory and you haven't published it, it will not save. Now you can search your pipeline from here, and you can search your data sets from here as well. Okay, so if you look for your ds underscore src, sorry, not here. Yeah, so we can simply search it in the data sets, like you have it saved in yeah, we can find it out here. Yeah, so this is the data set that you have created. So all of those resources needs to be published before moving on to the another tab here. Okay, next is the monitor tab, and in the monitor tab, if you refresh it, you can see this is the pipeline that we have created, and all you can monitor it while running it, and it will show you that if it has succeeded, what is the status, and if it's triggered, if you have anything that you got triggered by, that also you can see here. This is the trigger runs that you can see here, and in the pipelines runs also. And yeah, there is another option we do have in here, that is the data flows. Okay, so data flow, when you have, I'm just going to close it now because this is already done. Okay, so is there any questions so far, or otherwise we can wind up now?
What is a data flow?
What is a data flow? Sorry, did you say what is a data flow?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so data flow is this is again a code-free way to transform your data when you are processing your data from source to target. We have two options. We have the pipelines, or we have the data flows. When you can just create a new data flow here, and you can add your source. This is the same process, like you need the data sets for this. This is the source, right? So if you see here on the bottom, you have source options, and this is a source setting. So you can just give it as source df. I'm keeping it like that. So same way that you have created the data sets, that data sets we can use here. We had the ds underscore src and CSV. Okay, you can test the connection. If this is going to be positive, the data flow name I can change from here as well. So it's the same way processing of data, that you have to mention your source here, and you have to mention your sink here, and then you create one data flow, and then in the pipeline you have to use the data flow activity to run the data. So it will be just simple as that. ds underscore, we have tgt CSV. So I'm using the same data set. You can again test the connection, and change the name from here, just like the same we have it in before. Okay, and you validate it here. You can, there are some options here as well. We do have the data preview. You can refresh the data and you can see this is actually going to show you the data under here, like whichever the data we have, but we do have the I'm going to just delete it for now. So this is my sync, and if you see here while refreshing, this is the data flow, and it will use the pipeline here. It will use the, when you go to the pipeline and create a new pipeline here, you have to get the data flow activity. This data flow activity, we have to mention the one we have just created, and it will process the data from the source to the target. So this is the process is same, that you are getting your data, moving your data from the source to the target, either with the activities that we have, these ones, like this is one of the activity, and you can create a data flow in that case. This is again the easiest way, and also you can use some transformations in between also while you are moving the data. So this is like the, if you have ETL background, you must understand that what are the transformations, how do we clean the data, all of those activities can be done in the data flow. Okay, anything else? Any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right, sir, over to you now.
Okay, thank you, Simran.
Thank you.
So guys, let's join tomorrow again, and we will focus more on Azure Data Factory side. We'll show you how to create data set and then mapping some of the pipelines component activities, and then we'll make further plan. Okay, so we'll see you, all of you, at same time and same link. Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Have a good day, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.